Good morning. Matthew chapter 20. For the reign of the heavens is like a man, a householder, who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the workers for a denarius a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said to them, "You too, go into the vineyard, and whatever is right I shall give you." And they went. Having gone out again about the 6th and 9th hour, he did likewise. And about the 11th hour, having gone out, he found others standing idle, and said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They said to him, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You too, go into the vineyard, and whatever is right you shall receive." And when evening came, the master of the vineyard said to his manager, "Call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last to the first." And when those came who were hired at the 11th hour, they each received a denarius. And when the first came, they thought they would receive more, but they too received each a silver piece. And when they received it, they grumbled against the householder, saying, "These last have worked only 1 hour, and you made them equal to us, who have borne the burden and the heat of the day." But he answering said to one of them, "Friend, I do you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take yours and go. But if I wish to this last man as also to you, is it not right for me to do what I wish with my own? Or is your eye evil because I am good? Thus the last shall be first, and the first last. For many are called, but few are chosen." And Yeshua going up to Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, took the 12 taught ones aside on the way and said to them, "See, we are going up to Yerushalayim, and the son of Adam shall be delivered up to the chief priests and to the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and deliver him to the nations, to mock and to flog, and to impale, and on the third day he shall be raised." Then the mother of the sons of Zabdi came to him with her sons, bowing down and making a request of him. And he said to her, "What do you wish?" She said to him, "Command these 2 sons of mine might sit, one on your right hand and the other on the left, in your reign." But Yeshua answering said, "You do not know what you ask. Are you able to drink the cup that I am about to drink, and be immersed with the immersion that I am immersed with?" And they said to him, "We are able." And he said to them, "You shall indeed drink my cup, and you shall be immersed with the immersion that I am immersed with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." And when the 10 heard it, they were displeased at the 2 brothers. But Yeshua called them near and said, "You know that the rulers of the nations are masters over them, and those who are great exercise authority over them. But it shall not be so among you. But whoever wishes to become great among you, let him be your servant. And whoever wishes to be first among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Adam did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. And as they were leaving Jericho, or maybe, I don't know, a large crowd followed him. And see, 2 blind men sitting by the way, having heard that Yeshua was passing by, cried out, saying, "Have compassion on us, O Master, Son of David." And the crowd rebuked them, that they should be silent. But they cried out all the more, saying, "Have compassion on us, O Master, Son of David." And Yeshua stopped and called them and said, "What do you wish me to do for you?" They said to him, "Master, that our eyes be opened." And having been moved with compassion, Yeshua touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. And when they came near to Yerushalayim, and came to Bethphage, at the Mount of Olives, then Yeshua sent 2 taught ones, saying to them, "Go into the village opposite you, and straightway you shall find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Loosen them and bring them to me. And if anyone says whatever to you, you shall say, 'The master needs them,' and immediately he shall send them." And all this took place that it might be filled what was spoken by the prophet, saying, "Say to the daughter of Sion, see, your sovereign is coming to you, meek and sitting on a donkey, even a colt, the foal of a donkey." And the taught ones went, and having done as Yeshua ordered them, they brought the donkey and the colt, and laid their garments on them, and he sat on them. And most of the crowd spread their garments on the way, while others cut down branches from the trees and spread them on the way. And the crowds who went before and those who followed cried out, saying, "Hoshiana to the Son of David. Blessed is he who is coming in the name of Jehovah. Hoshiana in the highest." And as he entered into Yerushalayim, all the city was stirred, saying, "Who is this?" And the crowd said, "This is Yeshua, the prophet from Nazareth of Galilee." And Yeshua went into the set-apart place of Elohim, and drove out all those buying and selling in the set-apart place, and turned the tables of money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said to them, "It has been written, 'My house shall be called a house of prayer,' but you have made it a den of robbers." And blind and lame ones came to him in the set-apart place, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and scribes saw the wonders which he did, and the children crying out in the set-apart place, saying, "Hoshiana to the Son of David," they were greatly displeased, and said to him, "Do you hear what these say?" And Yeshua said to them, "Yes. Have you never read, 'Out of the mouth of babes and nurslings you have perfected praise'?" And having left them, he went out of the city to Bethania, and spent the night there. And returning to the city early in the morning, he became hungry. And seeing a single fig tree by the way, he came to it, and found not on it but leaves, and said to it, "Let no fruit grow on you ever again." And immediately the fig tree withered. And the taught ones, seeing it, marveled, saying, "How did the fig tree wither so soon?" And Yeshua answering said to them, "Truly I say to you, if you have belief and no doubt, you shall not only do what was done to the fig tree, but even if you say to this mountain, Be removed and be thrown into the sea. It shall be done. And whatever you ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive." And when he had come into the set-apart place, the chief priests and the elders for the people came to him as he was teaching and said, "By what authority are you doing these? And who gave you this authority?" And Yeshua answering said to them, "I shall ask you one question too, which if you answer me, I also shall answer and say to you by what authority I do these. The immersion of Yohanan, where did it come from? From heaven or from men?" So they reasoned among themselves, saying, "If we say from heaven, he shall say to us, 'Then why did you not believe him?' But if we say from men, we fear the crowd, for all hold Yohanan as a prophet." And they answered Yeshua and said, "We do not know." And he said to them, "Neither do I say to you by what authority I do these. But what do you think? A man had 2 sons, and he came to the first and said, 'Son, go work today in my vineyard.' And he answering said, 'I do not wish to.' But afterwards he repented and went. And having come to the second, he said similarly. And he answering said, 'I go, master.' But he did not go. Which of the 2 did the desire of the Father? And they said to him, 'The first.' Yeshua said to them, 'Truly I say to you, the tax collectors and whores are entering into the reign of Elohim before you. For Yohanan came to you in the way of righteousness, and you did not believe him. But tax collectors and whores believed him. And when you saw it, you did not repent afterwards to believe him. Hear another parable. There was a certain man, a householder, who planted a vineyard and placed a hedge around it, and dug a winepress in it, and built a watchtower. And he leased it to farmers and went abroad. And when the season of the fruits was near, he sent his servants to the farmers to receive its fruit. And the farmers took his servants and beat one, and they killed one, and they stoned another. Again he sent another servant, more than the first, and they did likewise to them. And at last he sent his sons to them, saying, 'They shall respect my son.' But when the farmers saw the son, they said among themselves, 'This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us possess his inheritance.' And they took him and threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, when the master of the vineyard comes, what shall he do to those farmers?" They said to him, "Evil ones. He shall bring them to evil destruction, and lease the vineyard to other farmers, who shall give to him the fruit in their seasons." Yeshua said to them, "Did you never read in the scriptures, 'The stone which the builder rejected has become the chief cornerstone'? This was from Jehovah, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Because of this I say to you, the reign of Elohim shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits of it. And he who falls on this stone shall be broken, but on whomever it falls, it shall be pulverized." And the chief priest and the Pharisees, having heard his parables, knew that he was speaking of them. And seeking to lay hands on him, they feared the crowds, seeing they held him to be a prophet.